visa. What you can see here for now is only the national visa. And what you can see, what we can read in it is that between 2018 to 2024, the number has increased, right? It actually almost doubled. So even though we have this gap here, visas have become a national visa. But I see this as basically an outlier, but the line is very clear that it is rising. We can also see that family reunifications make up the vast majority. And even though the other ones are rising as well, let's take, for example, any conclusions from that. But overall, the overall sum is rising. I wanted to say, no, let's compare it first to Schengen visa. That's the line of it. And then it also recovered, but it didn't recover to the same strength. What we do see here, I think, is interesting because we all remember also that there were these visa sanctions that were supposed to limitate Schengen, right? Schengen visa. What happened? They didn't even fall. I'm really surprised about this. So they even rose, but maybe they rose slower than they would have been rising without the sanctions. Because remember, they came from higher up. They never made it all the way to here. Maybe without the sanctions, they would have recovered faster from the COVID time period. So that is my interpretation of it. So what we can also say is when you look at national visa, 327 there were in 2024. When we compare it to the new arrivals that came via asylum or irregular routes, it was at 415. So even though this is gaining in importance, there are still more people arriving in Germany and applying for asylum there. The problem with applying asylum is granted to people that flee from political persecution or other humanitarian reasons, and the German state is super hesitant or doesn't give out asylum, positive asylum decisions to people that cannot prove that they have that genuine reason. And they are very strict about this proving, right? And that is why a lot of people, when they go to Germany and apply for asylum as a Gambian, especially after the government change, but even before then, have a problem to get a residence permit that is positive, right? Of course, there are other ways you can, and we'll talk about this in a minute, but I just wanted to clarify why it happens so that when you go there and apply for asylum,